sweeping and just using, let's just talk about sweeping and intention behind sweeping in general. When anything you do it with intention, and that looks like when you're sweeping, you're not just sweeping. You're thinking about what's leaving your house. You're thinking about, oh, hey, Meals, come on. You're thinking about what's leaving. So as you're sweeping, you're maybe chanting a song about what's leaving, or you're just really thinking hard about what's leaving. So what I do, I just think really hard. I'm thinking about what's leaving and what I want to come in. So, and when you're sweeping out the door, outside. So I'm at my back door, sweeping everything out the back door, because that's what I want, the negative energy that's in my house, that's come in my house, to go out the back door. And then after that, I'm gonna follow up with a floor wash that I made to cleanse and bring in good positive energy. Probably light an incense or something after that. So let's sweep real quick. Make sure you use your inside broom. You make sure you have the outside broom. And you're just sweeping everything out the back door. Thinking about all the negative energy, all the negative energy in my house, out the back, and shall not return. Just like that. Another thing you could do with the broom, put a little essential oil, dip it in some ammonia, something like that, just to help it amplify your intention a little bit better. Key is get it out the back door. So another thing about the broom, you can decorate the broom. I just thought about this. Decorate your broom. Put some intention behind the broom in general by maybe adding some charms. Maybe adding some herbs or something up around here. Beat it up maybe, but like you can have your broom special, or a special ritual broom. I think that's a really good idea. Maybe a project I need to work on. Okay, right now I'm at my front door, but I'm still sweeping everything out the back. So I'm still sweeping away from my front door. And towards the back, everything out the back door. A lot of dust. We have pets, so it's a lot of dust in here. And dust carries energy, bad energy. So dusting is really good thing to keep your house energy good. Another tip I read somewhere years ago was to take like some cotton balls and drench them with like some essential oils and just place them in corners. I guess you don't want like cotton balls on the floor, but I guess you could be creative about where you place them, but put them in areas in your house and keeps, it good energy and keep it smelling good, which is good energy, right? But not just any type of smell. You don't want those artificial scents that they say are disrupting our hormones and things. You want natural scents like essential oils and herbs, flowers, plants, things like that. Okay, so one thing I was just thinking about this, right? So just like I was talking about how dust carries negative energy, right? Har! Come on. Get in the house. Come on, Har. Go. Put your ass in there. Y'all, my cat got out. She know better. Look, last time she got out, we thought she was pregnant. We think she's pregnant now, but anytime she see that door crack, baby, she gonna try to get outside. Anyway. Okay, so what I was talking about is cleaning and the significance of it. So I was just talking about how dust carries negative energy. So that negative energy, you want it out of your house. Dust, dirt, when it's stinking, all of that is negative energy. You know, bad spirits in your home, right? When I was a little kid, y'all, I was just taught that you're supposed to clean, right? Supposed to obey your parent. They say clean, you're supposed to clean. But I never did. If I would have understood that part of cleaning, I probably took it more seriously. If I understood that cleaning changes the energy in your home, even though I probably could feel that, when it was clean, everything was nice, we felt good, you felt more comfortable, but I didn't grasp that as a child. But if I could have grasped that as a child, I probably would have been a more cleaner. Now I do have ADHD, things like that, so clutter and things like that a lot of times to be around, which is also negative energy. But I feel like that if I would have understood the energy part of the, y'all excuse my porch, Lord. If I could have understood the energy part of the cleaning, I probably would have took it more seriously. So I just wanted to put that out there, just thinking about it. But dust, dirt, funk carries bad spirits, negative energy. You want it out of your house. Clutter, negative energy. If you don't need it, you don't use it, get it out your way. So you can make room for the things that you do need, for the things that you do want in your life, okay? So just FYI. All right, let's make some quick floor wash. Just use whatever you have, right? So I just went around to look to see what I had. So I have some peppermint oil right here. I wish I had my lavender's upstairs, so I don't want to go up there, so I'm just going to use that. I have some cloves. I love cloves. I'm just going to throw some in there too. This right here is some stems for my oregano plant. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not. I have these in a jar to add some more oregano in it and make some oregano oil. But I don't know, I may throw a couple of these in there too. And then I have some rosemary in here. Vinegar is another thing. Now, I like white distilled vinegar. That's what I suggest for y'all. I don't have any. So I'm not going to just stress and not do it. I'm not going to run out and try to buy any real quick. I'm just going to use what I have, and that's apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to do that, add all of these into the bucket, and then follow up with some hot water, hot water. Okay guys, so the key to this also is intention. So as I'm adding the ingredients into the bucket, I want to be thinking about what energy I want to bring into my home this month. I want to think about where we're at and what I want to bring in, and think about some affirmations and words to help bring that energy in. Like for me, we definitely need the energy of prosperity, and I definitely want the energy of abundance, guys. So I definitely want to think about that as I'm adding in. So that's one reason why I added some cloves. This is also really good. I also want protection, so this is really good for me for abundance and protection. So I'm gonna add a little bit of clove in the water. Now, I wonder if it'd be cool to just add it all up here, but no, because that's a lot. So I'm gonna add a little bit of clove, and I'm thinking about how I know I'm a money magnet. Abundance and prosperity, they follow me everywhere into my home. It's going to be prosperous. Everyone in my home is going to prosper. Everyone in my home is going to be abundant. Um, all of that good energy, that's what we want. Um, and like I said, we're thinking about also banishing any negative energy. But right now for this, I just really want to focus on the positive. So we have that. And then rosemary, really good for abundance and protection. So I'm going to sprinkle some of that, thinking about how money flows to me easily and effortlessly in my life. My business is growing. I'm going to take a couple leaves, sticks from my oregano plant. And I'm just going to be thinking about how we are protected and we are a source of positive energy, and we just protect it. Anything that comes negative our way just banishes and knocks it right back to the sender. So that's the energy. So um, I also like salt. I have some pink Himalayan salt upstairs, y'all, but you can add that as well. Um, so I'm just gonna stick to these ingredients that I have right here. So I have use the oregano, the cloves, the rosemary. Now I'm gonna add some of my essential oil in here. It's peppermint. I love peppermint. It's like refreshing. It's going to bring a refreshing energy to the house, like a reset, a restart from last month. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to put a few drops in there. This doesn't have a dropper, so I just kind of got to drop it a little bit of it there. Ooh, okay, so a little drop, few drops. So the apple cider vinegar is going to be next before I add in. And I like apple cider vinegar. Like I said, I like white distilled vinegar. But if you don't have it, this is good. So I'm just gonna pour some in here. Just thinking about the intention that I want to put into this floor wash. Bam. Let me smell. I'm gonna add maybe a little bit more rosemary into here. I love rosemary. All right, now let's add some water. Now, another thing that I would add in here if I had it is some Castile soap to give it a little soapy wash. I love Castile soap. I have like the lavender or the peppermint. So if you have that, it'll be really good to add in there. So a little soap. But it's really more about cleaning the energy more than actually cleaning like what we think about cleaning. So like if you want to do a really good mop with the soap and water first, then go back with your ritual, you could do that. I mean, you could do whatever you want. It's your ritual, but this is a suggestion if you don't add any soap into this. Me, I'm going to add just a little bit of drop of soap in mine, but smells good, smells clean and refreshing. So let's get the mopping. I see my cat Har. Har, say hey. Hey. Okay, so got my mop. Once you want to make sure you have a clean mop head. I love my mop. I just switch these out when they get dirty, so I had a clean one, but just make sure your mop is clean and dry. Before I get started, I'm going to take this washcloth and use the water to wash my front door with. And the same energy is going to be that. I'm going to take it. Focusing on the energy I want to bring to the home. Like that. Move hard. So now that we're mopping, it's a good time for you to sing some songs, some incantations, some of your good vibration music, some frequency music as you're doing this, or you could just sing your favorite songs yourself so that it helps amplify the ritual. So what are your favorite songs? What are your favorite spiritual songs? That's a good baby. That's a good boy. Y'all. Oh my God, let me tell y'all. Y'all, check this out. So I'm doing my abundance, first of the month abundance ritual, cleaning my floors, cleaning my home, you know, setting intentions in my home, right? So I had to come out and take a break because I had to call real quick because I had to reschedule my doctor's appointment. So I come out here, Major's outside. Y'all heard him barking because he had to come outside. So I come out and, well, the first thing that happened before I came out is that I got a call. I made this necklace for this guy. He owes me the money. And I've been waiting for him to come and get it for a couple weeks now. And he said he was going to come and get it tomorrow, not yesterday. He said he's going to come get it Wednesday. And, you know, I didn't know because he keeps kind of putting it off, saying he's going to come and not come. Well, he just texted me and said as soon as he takes his mom to the doctor, he's going to come and get the necklace. So I'm like, yay. So that's an abundance. That's some abundance, some prosperity already before I can even start. Then what just happened, I came outside on the porch, and this is just the energy of protection on my home, right? So Major's on the porch. The Major's, he's getting old, and he's got a broken leg that happened before I got him. So he has arthritis and things like that. So we was kind of wondering, like, how he kind of seems like he's getting tired and old, and I didn't know, you know. But y'all, this big ass bulldog tried to come on the porch. It's loose. And he was coming on the porch, and so I didn't, before I could grab Major, he had ran down the porch. He's on a leash, but the leash can go down to the side, at least to the last step. He can't go onto the sidewalk, so that means that he can't reach anybody on the sidewalk. But of course the dog came up the steps, y'all, and I'm so scared for Major. Well, I should have been scared for the other dog, y'all. Major mollywopped the dog. The dog took off running. It's still loose, but he will not come over, like, he won't cross the little, Major's down there now looking for the dog, but he won't come past that bush right there because Major got his ass. So Major's getting a bone today as soon as I get out to the store.